Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Sorry about the wait there. I had to grab my coffee. I forgot I hadn't filled up my coffee pot. So we're all set now for coffee and crypto as well. Hope you had a good weekend. If you're watching just now, go down to the like button, hit that like button just now. That would be fantastic if you could do that. It really does help the channel. Channel is growing very slowly, but that's cool. And that's it. Yeah, if you can subscribe as well and hit the notification bell. Also, today we'll be going over the markets just as normal. We'll be looking at a few news stories. We'll be looking at the BTT. Is it going to rise? You could get a good opportunity to get in there, but we'll look at that as well. We'll look at some charts. We'll chat to you as well, and we'll have some coffee as well. But first of all, crush the likes, everybody. If you can, this is moving week for me as well. I will be moving on Friday, so I won't be doing a live on Friday, but I will be doing it all week apart from Friday. So Monday to Thursday I'll be doing a live and looking at the crypto markets just as normal, and then I should be back to normal on Monday if I've got my broadband and my line set up for the new flat that we're going to. So I'm just going to see if we're live or not. Have we got anybody in? I have a few people in. If you're watching just now and you don't normally comment, just leave a comment just to say hi. It'd be good to catch up and just see who's kind of watching. Stuff like that as well, and you'll get a shout out as well. Just kind of mention everybody in here as well. Right, we've got a few people in. We have Benton Taylor is in, Richard Cooper, Marcus Jafari, Gordy Boy Scotland, Donny Don Matthew is in, Justin Churchill, Mac Paulin, 52 Mutts is in as well, Gino Dow, B is in, Mitch Dieter, A Telstra, Dennis van der Hayden, Patrick Frey, Stephen King, G Slick, Smart People is in as well. Don't think I've seen you here before, so good to have you here. If you're brand new here, brilliant to have you here. And if you're first time commenting, welcome to you as well. A Telstra, morning all, Monday free day, so I can watch the live stream. Excellent. The rest of the week very busy, so it's always on a later time of the day. Want to say keep up the good work, Steve and the team. Thank you very much. This is a team effort. Obviously we've got all the admins and the kind of premium group and the free group as well. They do an amazing job, so big shout out to them as usual. They're all doing brilliant as usual, so yeah, it definitely is a team effort. And they provide some of the news stories as well that I'll kind of go over as well. They've got some of the news stories. Rob and James in particular send over the news stories for me in the morning, so it is definitely a team effort. Derek Holroyd is in. Good morning to you. Debbie Claydon is back with us. Good to see you. Gareth Mabbott is in from Nottingham. Good to see you here as well. Don Matthew. Steve, could you take a look at the seller Launchpad Binance project? Not much in the charts as it's just listed, but volume is increasing. Could be a quick 5% trade. Well, actually, I was going to get in on that this morning. I thought, should I get in on it? When it was, I think it was about 650 Satoshi. I've not looked at in the last hour or so because I've been doing the getting set up for this. So I'm just going to take a quick look, but we can take a quick look as well later on. Other stuff. Seller was this in at 667. It could be a good one. But that gives a market capitalization of, I think it's 124 million or something, or 56 million, something like that. 664. So what you can do, because it's just came on, you just look at the 5-minute charts. That's the best to kind of get a gauge on it. So you can still trade on 5-minute charts. So that's where seller is just now. They've just come on to Binance. But we'll take a look at the markets overall just now. We'll just refresh that. We have a market capitalization overall of 140 billion. Not much has changed, which is good. So we're staying because it looked as if Bitcoin was going to go down for a wee bit, but now it's kind of stabilized now. I'm thinking it's still going to go up. It says $4,000 aggregate price for Bitcoin, but we'll look at the charts later on for that as well after this. Who's the winners? We have BitShares has just gone up. That's just been listed on Upbit, or it's just been announced it's going to be listed on Upbit. So they jumped up just within the last hour, and they've jumped up about 30%. ABBC coin is up 20%, Polymath is up 14%, and Binance coin is up 10%. We'll be talking about that later on as well. Just looking at exchange coins overall, I've been saying for a while Binance coin is a $100 coin waiting to happen. It's now starting to move from its $5 that we've been speaking about it. So it's up 300% already and more, and it's still going up. 0x is up, KuCoin shares, PundiX is up. That's been listed as well on another exchange. It's good to see PundiX moving. Digitex futures, Huobi token Golem, Elf as well. So overall we have, what's about 50-50? Well, about 40-60. 40 in the green, 40% in the green, and 60% in the red. And we'll just take a look at the markets overall. So this is over the last 24 hours. This is for all 2,122 coins that are listed on CoinMarketCap. Cajutel over the last 24 hours up 151%. That's on 23,000 volume. And Blazer coin is up 73%. Blazer coin 198,000 market capitalization. Might be worth looking at that. Naga, haven't heard of that. 5 million market capitalization. Volume is 8 million. Can I doubt that? What markets is it on? Up it might well be. And BitTorrent as well, obviously. I'd say that was true then. That's for Naga or Naga or how, I don't know how to pronounce that. But up 72%. United Bitcoin up 69% on $140,000 volume. Soma is up 59%. BankX. Soma 340,000 market capitalization. I'm on the lookout just now for hidden gems. And 340,000 would definitely be a hidden gem if we could get in at a good price. 286,000 volume, 59%. Circulating supply 8.9 million, so that'd be worth a look. I think I've looked at that already actually. SCT, yeah, it's down from where it was. It has been as high as 2.9 million. So nearly 8 times from where it is just now. The markets it's on is LA Token and IDEX. I don't mind IDEX, I've never traded on LA Token. But what you do is just grab them there and take them off straight away. Social, let's take a very quick look at that. Oh, we did look at this, yeah, by the watches. So this is how we find some hidden gems. Coin to go is up 45% on 24,000 volume at 98,000 market cap. That's 2 to go, or 2 go. So still looking good for the alts, definitely looking good on, for the alts in the markets just now. Let's get rid of that. And Naga. Okay, so what's happening in the markets this week with regards to news? We'll just go to coinmarketcal.com. So we've got Self-Key Marketplace launch. So they've got a launch coming up for the marketplace. Meetup, we won't really talk about meetups. IoTex have got live stream AMA, which is good. Conference, mainnet rehearsal for IoTex as well. They've got some good news coming out. Cape Town meetup, that's a meetup as well. March last trade, Prague workshop, Digidex deal, governance live, 30th of March for Digex deal. Promotion in CloudFest on M. Product release for Doc on the 30th of March, that's coming up this week as well. Fun fair, Alice Cooper School's Out by Spike Games launch. I don't know what that's about. North American launch for Nucleus Vision. So there's quite a lot of news, but a lot of it is talking about conferences. Dent, World Telco, will be adding voice telephony and SMS sending right into the apps, becoming a worldwide blockchain-based virtual telco. That's for Dent as well. Dent still looking good to me. It's down a wee bit from where I recommended it. I think I recommended it 23, 24 Satoshi, but it's down to 22 just now. Nexus satellite launch, mainnet launch for QLC. That could be a good one to get into up until that date, but it's risen already. Initial platform release for mainframe as well. IOST version 0.9 of Hermes. Mainnet alpha launch for IoTex. That's what it's saying. Good news. Cardano's already gone up as well. So made a good profit on Cardano. I actually made up on Cardano from what I lost with the XRP on BitMEX. So that was good news. That was definitely good news. One chain, proof of stake, research paper, vault payment launch for Mithril. That'll be a good one for them, I think. Afterburn loyalty program for Dent as well. Horizon update, support for MPC for ontology. OpenST Mosaic Alpha OST. Anchor DApps, Zilliqa, OST Swap BT for ETH Beta. So there is a lot of news coming out. Minor release for Stellar. WePower platform beta and auctions. Mobile wallet launch for Aeron. OST Kit Beta. Transaction recording for Aeron. Bug bounty for IoTeX. So IoTeX is a good one. As I said, they've got a lot of news kind of come up and coming just now. NEM Catapult details released monthly airdrop for Bitcoin Diamond Nulls 2.0 alpha test as well. SonM quarter 1 updates. Go Nebulous launch. That's Nebulous. A rollout of ADEX Marketplace. And Mark, that could be a good one for ADEX as well. First roadmap publish for Teron. YoYo quarter 1 releases. Testnet live for GoChain. And the last page. Vanbeck's group rebranding. Ether Party. Improved project process. Framework restructure. Vibrate. Smart contracts on the 31st as well. So there's a few there. You can go to coinmarketcal.com as well. I think that's all the other ones. I've no other mainnets, I don't think. Hail protocol development for Hypercash and business development for Aeron. And that's this week. I hope that helps. We'll just jump in, go back and see who else has joined us as well. We have Satoshi Sean is in the house. Mark Innes has joined us. 5 days off cigarette, strong as can be. Excellent. Mac Pollen, seller down 80%. Bought 590, mistake or not, we will see. I don't think so. I think it could go up from here. G-Slick, saying I've been off the smokes for 2 years now. I've been off it for 5 months now. I gave up in November. Bernard Ronald is in. Good morning to you. Cookie is in. Gino Dal. There's Reddit post that Justin Sun has a meeting with Ethereum. Justin offered Ethereum to join Tron. Ethereum or Ethereum? I take it you're meaning Ethereum. Nah, surely not. I need to check that out, Gino. Just like thanks. We'll see how the market goes this week. Mike Cryptico is in. Lawrence Matthew is in. Mervyn Skidmore. Imran Chowdhury has joined us as well. Good to see you here. Okay, how many people we've got in? We've got 43 people watching. If you can go down to the like button just now and hit that like button, that would be fantastic if you could do that. Took profit on ADA at 1602, back in at 1302. Brilliant. So I took profit on Cardano as well and left some in. So to the profit, and I'll trade with the profit I made. So that's good as well. Chris Noble has joined us. Okay, so we'll just look at the news. So what I was going to talk about is the rise of the exchange coins. Now, we know what's happened with Binance Coin. In fact, we'll go to the kind of charts first. We'll do that first. So this is Bitcoin, this is BLX. We're looking at just now 3,985. There's a wee stutter there. We're still above the 50 EMA. I was thinking over the weekend, it looks as if Bitcoin is going to go down. We can't do that on the daily, so we'll just look at BTC USD on Bitstamp. So we can look at it on the hourly. So yeah, it was coming down on the kind of hourly. And I thought last week, okay, we're due for a kind of short dip. We had the kind of big dip there, 3,920, came back up. I thought we were due another dip kind of over the weekend as well, just because it crossed down on the hourly and it's never really crossed back over, but it looks as if it's trying to cross back over the 70 EMA, crossing back over the 50 EMA on the hourly. Not a big deal if it doesn't. If we look on the 4 hourly, we're still above the 50 EMA, which is good, and it looks as if it's bouncing off the 50 EMA and wanting to go back up above the 4,000 level, hopefully. So we've never really stayed above that 4,000 level. That's what we need to do. For Bitcoin, if we're going to make a movement, we need to stay above that, stabilize above $4,000, then up to the 4,200, and then see where we can go from there. But there's more optimism, or there seems to be more optimism in the markets. Obviously, when you check something every day and you're in it all day, nearly as well, checking it, you get a vibe, you get that kind of energetic kind of feeling from Twitter, from kind of what you're seeing on TradingView, from the chat and the groups as well. You get a kind of vibe of what's happening in the markets. You'll start to develop that the more you do this as well. And the vibe for me, kind of spidey sense, is saying it's doing good. It's doing good just now, and Bitcoin hopefully will stay up. So there's a vibe of optimism, and that would be the kind of vibe I'm talking about there. So you might dismiss that, but you've got to pay attention to it. I think you've got to pay attention to it anyway. Okay, so that is for Bitcoin. We'll look at some other charts as well later on. But to the news, and this is the rise of kind of the exchange coins. And this is why I think, and this I've spoken about this for a long time. So Binance Coin jumped up to its peak at 438,000 Satoshi. Been saying it for a while, that this is going to go up and up and up. And I kind of posted something on TradingView as well, saying on the road to $100, and on the road to kind of 1 million Satoshi. It's getting there. We're halfway there to 1 million Satoshi, or nearly halfway there. Not quite there, but it's just going to keep on going up. Binance, what they're doing, they're making themselves indispensable in the crypto space. That's what they're doing just now. I was checking out the kind of V label as well on Binance. Just what they're doing when they kind of V-label everybody. I don't know if you've seen this or not. If you go to Binance Info. Now, what you'll see, you can search now and add coins. If we go to who's been V-labeled, it's on a Twitter. I'm trying to think. Cosmocoin, which is not on Binance, obviously. But we can see this here, the V. So it's officially certified from Binance. That means they've kind of gone in, checked it all, make sure they've got regular updates and everything as well, the coin, and all the kind of projects can apply to get officially certified. Cosmocoin is one of them, but you can see who's going to get, or who's been certified on their kind of Binance Info channel on Twitter. So you can do that. So there's other ones like Zero Chain. We'll look at Zero Chain, that's been officially certified, but look at the market capitalization. Now, if Binance are certifying these companies or these projects, depends on the criteria for officially certifying them, so we need to look more into that. But they're certifying them, and it's only a 3.8 million market capitalization. This would be another kind of good tool to look for kind of hidden gems. And could this be a listing coming up for the coins as well? Could this be a listing? Could it be a listing for Cosmocoin? We don't know. So it could well be a listing for Cosmocoin as well. And other ones that are coming up. Phantom, one we spoke about last week. Or no, it was 2 weeks ago, saying this could be a good one. And it's proved to be a good one. It jumped up 100%. After we spoke about it, it jumped up that 100%. That's been kind of certified as well. So Binance, the point here is Binance are making themselves indispensable. People are going to them for information as well. I'm looking at them every single day. No doubt you are as well, because they're becoming the go-to exchange. Because it's easier, people trust them. They've got that trust factor as well. And just everything that they're doing, they've got the Launchpad as well. You've seen how popular and wildly popular that is. They're just doing everything right. They're ticking all the boxes, and they're a multi-billion-dollar company now. So now you think, oh shit, I'm too late to get on Binance. I don't think you are too late. If you're going to go for this for the long term, I still think you've got at least 400-500%. Well, a couple of 100% now, at least for Binance for 2019. I do think it's going to go to $100. It's about $16 just now. So you've got 500-600% still in it, and it's gone up big time already. But then you start to ask yourself, well, should we just be looking at Binance? What are the other kind of exchange coins doing? And this is when you look at the other exchange coins and go to a place like this is cryptoslate.com. You can see the exchanges and just look at them by market capitalization. So go to page 1, and you can do this in Coin Checkup as well. But this is on cryptoslate.com. Binance, obviously at $2.4 billion. That's the market capitalization. Then you've got 0x, 179 million. Icon, these are not, well, they are exchanges, but the 0x is not an exchange as such as powering decentralized exchanges. And this icon obviously interconnecting blockchain network, so not an exchange as such, and not like the traditional ones. BitShares we've just seen kind of shooting up as well, 242 million. Seen that shooting up because it's been listed on Upbit. But if we look at Huobi token, 127 million. Now they're following in the footsteps of Binance and making themselves indispensable, but they're also making money. They're making a lot of money from the exchange, from just doing everything right. And they're copying, are they copying or they're emulating what Binance are doing? They're going to come out with their own version of Launchpad, and they're doing that as well. So Huobi token could be a good one to get into. KuCoin shares could be a brilliant one to get into as well. A lot of people use KuCoin. I like KuCoin. I really like KuCoin, and it's very similar to Binance as well. So I think that could be a good one to get in as well. 117 million. Digitex futures, that's up and coming just now. They've not launched yet, but they're already ranked number 84. Could this be a good time to get into Digitex? Could be once the exchange comes out. Need to see how it kind of works and operates, but you could get in before it launches, or you could wait until it launches to get in on it. But 56 million just now. Loopring as well, we've kind of spoke about Loopring. Kyber Network, we've seen as well. KNC, only 42 million. But what I would do is look at the ones that are not emulating what Binance are doing, but kind of going down that road and making themselves indispensable. And what Binance are doing with all the... They've got other stuff. We can see all the stuff here that Binance are doing. We've got Binance Labs. They've got the Charity Foundation. They've got Launchpad, obviously. Research, I really like the research. They've bought Trust Wallet as well. You can see that there. Trust Wallet, Binance's official crypto wallet. They bought over the kind of project for that as well. So I would start to look for exchanges that are doing that. Blockport, I bought way back, and that's only valued at 6 million. And the market capitalization, but to be honest, I don't really use it. I've not used it. I just thought, okay, it's an exchange company, it's up and coming. I'm just going to buy some tokens and keep them for the future as well, and just keep a hold of them, just see what happens. Because I like to look at Blockport, I like the user interface, the UX, so it looks quite good. So look at this as well, CryptoSlate, and see what ones could be good. Personally, I like Huobi token and KuCoin shares. Really like them. But there's another one, BitMax as well. And I didn't really understand BitMax. I'm going to show with you BitMax. I'll share with you. So we'll go to the BitMax token. Now, the BitMax token has got a circulating supply. I didn't really understand the tokenomics of it, but I kind of looked into it. The circulating supply was extremely low compared to the total supply, which is 10 billion. But the circulating supply, I think it was something like 14 million or something, which valued it as quite a low market capitalization, 1.4 million or something like that, or 14 million. I can't actually remember what the circulating supply was, and I thought that's extremely low, and I kind of dismissed it. But on looking at the tokenomics of it and what they're going to be doing as well, I actually think this could be a good one as well, BitMax token. So check that out as well and find out what the tokenomics are as well. You'll be able to get in the group on Telegram and find out more about that as well. But that was a quick search. I need to do more in-depth research on it just to see how the tokenomics work for that as well. And where are we going? I was going to go here. And that was it. For there. So that was the exchange tokens. I use CoinCheckup as well, and you can go to, obviously we've got Waves there as well. Huobi token, KuCoin shares we've spoken about, Stratus, Kryptonex, GX Chain, Cash, Loopring. So there's loads of them there that could be really good for the future. But some of them are going to, the cream is going to rise to the top basically. Binance Coin is already at the top. I don't think that's going to disappear soon. I think it's a safe one for the future. So we're looking for safe ones for the future that a lot of people are going to use. So look at things like the user experience. What is it easy to use? Do you trust them? Does it get a lot of information out? Have they got other use cases for going to the exchange platform as well, rather than just buying the exchange itself, like Binance, and making themselves indispensable with research? Are they doing that? Have they got their own launchpad? BitTorrent are coming out with their own launchpad. They're coming out with their own DEX as well, with their own kind of exchange. which could be valuable, which you still can get for free if you, there's a link down below for that, at Bitstack. So that could be good as well. So look for that, but also a lot of people complain about the Binance Launchpad, and they're addressing this as well. This is why they're so good. Binance Coin Source's next Launchpad sale will be lottery format. So this is good as well. Thanks to kind of Rob and James for these stories. So Binance Launchpad becomes a lottery. It says new format will have trade-offs. Binance Coin Source 10%, so it's jumped up big time. So Bitcoiners reported earlier this week that Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao hinted for a new model for conducting Binance Launchpad sales, which would incentivize Binance Coin users to become hodlers. A few short days later, his words appeared to have become a reality. Binance Launchpad has announced that the next project will be launched using a lottery-based format where users will be able to purchase participation tickets. So this is how they're going to be doing it. So what he said is users will be able to claim up to a maximum of 5 lottery tickets based on the BNB holdings over the 20 days, represented by X below, leading up to the lottery draw date. So if it's more than 500, you can get up to 5 lottery tickets. So that could be a good way to do it, because there's only about 2,500 people getting it in on the launch anyway. So it could be probably a fairer way to do it if they do it fairly, obviously. Please note that entering this ticket amount is a commitment to purchase the amount of tokens corresponding to your eventual number of winning tickets. So what you're better doing is just buying Binance tokens just now, which is obviously going to push the price up of BNB, which is done already. So should you buy just now as well? Yeah, definitely. I think you should always have some kind of Binance tokens if you can, if you want to get in the launches and if you want to get in the kind of lottery tickets as well. It's a brilliant strategy that he's doing with the Launchpad. It's just because it's just stepping up the price of BNB all the time. And there's another news story here. I think that was the same one actually. Yeah, that was the kind of same one. Okay, well, so Binance, it could be a good one as well. This was a news story from CryptoSlate as well. Interview with Komodo CTO, how atomic swaps will change how cryptocurrency is traded. We've spoken about atomic swaps before, and that is from Metamorph, Metamorph's point of view. But Komodo is obviously kind of big. We've seen it kind of rising last week as well on Binance and how big it could be. So we're just going to take a look at Komodo just now. So we've seen a sharp rise of Komodo. It went up to 38,735. With that, that's using atomic swaps as well. We'll just take a look at KMD. And we've got a market capitalization of 119 million. Now, looking at this, I'll put the link up for you as well. Looking at this as well, we're talking about the use cases of Komodo platform as well, and talking about how atomic swaps work. So it's peer-to-peer trades of digital assets without any central entity between the trading partners. So if you want to trade, say for example, we'll say, I don't know, Komodo tokens, if you want to swap them for Binance tokens, for example, you could use what's called an atomic swap, and there's nobody kind of in between. It's peer-to-peer, but it's encrypted. Your kind of transactions encrypted, but there's got to be kind of liquidity there, and that's the problems with atomic swaps. And that's what they're talking about for Komodo as well. He was talking about the impact of atomic swaps on cryptocurrency exchanges and wallets as well. So really interesting read. But from the point of view that somebody that's doing this already and doing it well is a company called Metamorph. We'll just look at coin signals. Coinsignals.trade. And we've looked at Metamorph before, obviously, and you know I'm in it as well, so I've got a vested interest in this as well, so I'm totally biased for Metamorph as well. But you can see their price just now is 87 Satoshi, but look at this, MATM, 377,000. 377,000 for that just now. That's for Metamorph. Metamorph.pro. I'm using Brave just now, so it's not. So this is the kind of website, and you can trade on this as well. You can do the atomic swaps here. Now this is on Brave browser, and I've never used it before. So they've got the wallet, they've got the portfolio. You can exchange as well, and morphing, that's what they call it. Trading, reports, and backup as well. And they've got a lot more tokens they're adding all the time as well. So Metamorph, still look at it. If you've not looked at it yet, I'll definitely start looking at this as well. I've done a review on it. I need to do an updated kind of review on it because I've had a lot more fundamental news coming out on it as well. But Metamorph looks really good. It's just that interview with Komodo talking about it, but they're valued at 119 million, and Metamorph still at 377,000, so it represents a good one for the opportunity for the future, I think. Litecoin boom past $60 could set Bitcoin up for a surge. Litecoin rallies into halving, so this is going to happen as well, obviously with Litecoin and Bitcoin as well in 2020. The halving of this as well, but Litecoin is going to happen first, so that could be why it's going up on a rise just now for Litecoin. I said that was going to go up to $70 when we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. It was at $33. I said this is going to go up to $70, nearly there. It's not quite there yet for Litecoin, but the halving of it could be the catalyst to push it over, or the so-called halving will be the catalyst pushing Bitcoin closer and closer to its $350 peak over time. So it says the Litecoin halving is quickly approaching. The crypto bottomed approximately 200 days before its halving in 2015. We are almost exactly 200 days away from the next LTC halving. LTC peaked 2 years ago after its halving. If it follows a similar path this time, peak will be in 2021. I think it's going to be quicker than that, but we'll see what happens with that as well. So interesting times ahead. Bitcoin price, key technical indicator shows BT surging to $5,500. So this is from ccn.com. So according to Bill Kowalski's, I don't know how to pronounce that, the analyst explained, studying more than 60% of ascending triangles with declining volume end up breaking upwards with an average price of 35%. That gives us a target of 5,500 BTC once the breakout is confirmed. So they're talking about an ascending triangle here. Bulkovsky we'll call him. I don't know what we'll call him, but that's his name. I think that's how you pronounce it, Bulkovsky. So this was a study from Bulkovsky saying 60% of ascending triangles with declining volume end up breaking upwards with an average price of 35% from the breakout. So we'll just have a quick look at the chart and go to BTC USD. And we've looked at triangles. I've done a kind of video on triangles as well. So here we've got at the bottom, we've got declining volume that he's talking about, but we'll just do the kind of triangle for you as well. You can put that in round about there. And I do love triangles, I have to admit. Ascending, descending, I see them always bullish, which is not necessarily a good thing, but I do see, especially the descending triangles. I love descending triangles. I'm going to speak about one next time. So this is the ascending triangle, but you can see here the volume has gone down. This is on the daily, but the volume has gone down, but the price has gone up. We're getting higher kind of highs and higher lows as well for that. So this is what's causing the ascending triangle. And we've got this kind of breakout here, 4,116. If it can breaks above that, we're kind of breaking out of that triangle there. So they're saying it could go 35% up from the breakout, which is saying $5,500, which could be good. 60% of the time that happens, according to the study that Bulkovsky had done as well. So could be, might be, you never know. With crypto, you never know. With Bitcoin especially as well. And that leads me on to this chart. I've been looking at this for a while, and I kind of posted this in TradingView as well. But first what we'll do is we'll look at the order books. The order books don't look that good, so you might want to wait if you're going to get in. You might want to wait and before you take a position, if you're going to take a position. But I think we've got 100% upside here for BitTorrent. I want to show you on kind of BitTorrent as well. So BitTorrent product launch. First version of the BTT live product launches in BitTorrent by the end of Q1 2019. And this is from Justin Sun. We can see here, we'll just go to the source. And this is a tweet. I saw the demo this week. BTT live products is amazing. We're aiming for the end of Q1 to launch the first version of the live product in BitTorrent. You'll see it in our Android uTorrent clients, Tron, TRX, blah, blah, blah. So this could be really good. This could be the start of the good news. So round about the 1st of April, it says by the end of Q1, which is 31st of March. It might be delayed, we don't know, or it might be sooner as well. So this is for the BitTorrent product launch. So Justin Sun said he's seen it, says it looks amazing as well. So we need to wait and see kind of what happens with that. However, I want to show you this chart here. And we'll come down. I didn't want that. So this is the descending triangle. This is opposite of what we've just seen in Bitcoin. So this is descending triangle. If we look here, the base, which is 18 Satoshi, really strong support. And BitTorrent's not here, it's not been out that long, obviously. It's only came out in February, beginning of February. But we look at the base here, kind of level, the support level is 18 Satoshi. So it could go down to 18, 19 Satoshi. It's currently at 1920 just now, and the order books, if we see to buy at 19 Satoshi, 1.4 billion. To sell at 20 Satoshi is 2.1 billion. Now that was kind of flipped yesterday, but it looks as if it's going to go down, just by looking at the order books, looks as if it's going to go down to 18, 19 Satoshi. I don't think it will, but you might get in if you put an order in to buy at 19 Satoshi. So I think this could go up by 100% over the next the next couple of weeks, to be honest. I just think there's going to be a surge for BTT, for BitTorrent. And as I said, I've got a position in this so that I'm totally biased. But when I seen this and I was kind of doing some research as well, thought this could go up. And I kind of put a target of about 38 here. So it's not quite 100%, but if it gets to 19, if you get a 19 Satoshi, that would be 100%. So I reckon it could go up, and we might actually get another 100% from there as well. So from 38 up to 76 over the coming months or weeks and months. So it could be a good time to get in. I'm saying it could be. You have to do your own research on this as well. Somebody suggested I get a ticker going along the bottom saying do your own research. I'm not a financial analyst or anything like that. So I might actually get that. Somebody suggested that. I think that's a good idea. But yeah, I think the bottom here is 18 Satoshi. If you could get in for that price, that would be brilliant. Obviously put a stop loss at maybe 17 Satoshi and just leave it there until kind of something transpires, because I think something big is coming for BTT and for TRX as well. So it'd be good to hear your thoughts on that as well. Okay, I've spoken long enough. That's the news. That's the kind of charts as well. We'll just have a wee quick chat with yourselves. Crypto Knowledge Alliance is in the house. Good to see James. Chino Dal is in. Ethereum, Steve. Ethereum. We looked at that. So Ethereum BTC. Ethereum I called the other day. It doesn't look brilliant at the moment. In the short term, it doesn't look good. So we've got a level here on the Fibonacci retracement of 0.618. As traditionally, it's kind of bounced off that, been bouncing off that. So we might see another bounce off that if it gets to 3.36 million Satoshi. Bounce off that again, then I still think it's going to go up. We're going to reach towards the upper end of 3 million, or nearly touching 4 million Satoshi for Ethereum. But we need to wait and see what happens with that. am I? Crypto Miner is in the house. Welcome to you. GRS, Mervyn Skidmore. I'll check that out as well. GRS, that's gross Litecoin. We'll see what's happening with it just now. Binance. Could be due a bounce off the 7 EMA. It's at 11,171 just now. We're at 20,000. It did bounce up. We said before when I looked at it last week on Friday, I think, it was going to bounce off the 7 EMA. It looks as if it might bounce there again. It's definitely a buy, I think, for longer term as well. GRS, what's the market cap now? I know market cap is not huge. Well, it is important to look at because you have to think about the psychology of buyers or traders. So it's only 32 million for the market capitalization. Imran, close to half of Justin Sun's followers on Twitter revealed as fake bots. Yeah, I'd seen that as well. And that was when he got over 1 million followers, I think. It's not a big, I don't think it's a big, huge thing, but if they're buying them, I don't know. Apparently UK Santander messed up by saying they were using XRP, then retracting the statement on Twitter. I've seen that as well. Imran, Huobi, Buybox coins. Buybox was another one I was looking at as well. You could possibly buy, and that's got a lower market cap as well. The BIGS tokens are only 34 million, so that could be a really good buy as well, just when we're talking about exchange coins. London Bobby is in. Aloha Steve, top of the evening here in Honolulu. Is Bab ever going to get a banking license? I don't know. I don't know. They'll probably come out unexpectedly and just say we've got a banking license, and then it'll just go nuts. Hopefully that happens. Imran, Binance train has left the station. It has indeed. It has indeed. Nikki Sheldrake is in the house. Good morning to you. Crypto Miner had a nice meeting in the Gherkin with a couple of folks from R3 Corda on Friday. Excellent. And shout out to Jimbo in the Telegram group. That's Crypto Knowledge Alliance. I'm just giving a shout out to you as well. Mark Innes is in. Don't talk about smart contracts. It's blasphemy. Ah, right. Okay, it's nothing to do with that. Lawrence Matthews, KCS looking good. Looks like all the main exchanges are jumping on the bandwagon. I think, yes, I think it could be good. KuCoin shares do look good as well. Only 125 million. Calling it Facecoin. What's this? The Zook's not thinking just about creating his own crypto. He wants to replace the US dollar, according to Ted Livingston, CEO of Kin. I've seen that news story as well there this morning. I don't use Twitter, Facebook, or any other scaremongering fake medium platform. I'll leave that for the dreamers. Dataism is the future, says Crypto Miner. Lawrence Matthews, BitMax 45 million. So that, I'm presuming that's the market capitalization for BitMax, which is good. Which is good again. So I was trying to understand the tokenomics of it. That's what I was really trying to understand, because I think it's 10 cents just now, which means it's 450 million, if that's correct. Yeah, 450 million if it's 45 million, if that's right. So it means there's 450 million in circulating supply. I'm sure it was lower when I kind of looked at it. But there's 10 billion of token, or 10 billion total. And I couldn't understand it first because I would immediately dismiss that. That's only 5% of the total kind of coins in circulation. And I'll just go, no, that's not good. But then you have to look into the tokenomics of it. So it does require a bit digger deep in on that as well. XRP still waiting on Easter Bunny. Yes, XRP is just going down and down and down. But for me, that is a good thing. For me, honestly, that's a good. I know that sounds terrible because you're saying, okay, it's at 7,668 and it's been lower, 7,621. It's broken out of this kind of triangle. I was talking about the ascending triangle. It's trying to break down from there as well. It's not quite closed there, which is not necessarily a good thing. But the sharper the rise is going to be when XRP does blow, and it's going to blow. And I've been saying that for a while. I know that, but it really is, and I really believe it is just going to blow. I just don't know when. Obviously, nobody knows when. Coinbase put me onto the Brave browser. I like it for the ad blocker. Yeah, it's good. Brave browser is a lot quicker. Obviously, you've got the ad blocker as well, and you can choose to unblock that, and they're going to reward you for kind of seeing ads as well soon as well. That's going to be unlocked soon. I'll just see when that is. So this is just giving you an example. 839 trackers blocked, 13,000 ads blocked, and I've got much more on my MacBook as well. Upgrades 402 as well. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, the lottery format appears to rule out more people in my opinion, and as whale play it pumps BNB and rules out anyone with less than 100 BNB. Ah, right, so you've got to have 100 BNB. Imran, Barclays now has a page on Bitcoins explaining how to use it, readying customers I suspect to buy BTC related products. Excellent. Crypto miners, so many people don't actually understand the mechanics of blockchain, just in it for the quick gains. People have no future thinking. This is a problem with crypto and why it won't take off. Why it won't take off? Kyber and Bancor being integrated into Engine's wallet is a very smart step. Yeah, so other exchanges as well, so you can get those tokens as well. Lawrence Matthews, 479 million circulating supply for BitMax. Excellent, thanks for that, Lawrence. Lottery format, okay, we said that. G-Slick, Digibyte is doing private transactions. Oh, you have to get a mention of Digibyte in. Always a mention of Digibyte from G-Slick. Thanks for that, mate. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, when swaps are free, the Binance monopoly will no longer exist, in my opinion. When swaps are free, yeah. Well, that, exactly. So, when there's a big enough market for it and there's going to be liquidity as well with the likes of kind of Metamorph and with the likes of Komodo, for any other kind of exchange doing this as well, when the swaps are going to be free, I think that is going to change things as well. So it could change things for a lot of exchanges, and obviously particularly for Binance, but I think that's why you have to make yourself indispensable. Binance are doing that. They're not just doing it for the token as well. They've got obviously the Launchpad, they've got the research, they're just doing loads of different things, and that's what other exchanges need to do as well. And I think they're just being extremely wise about it. Imran, Justin Sun takes more jibes at ETH, low class moves by Justin as well. I don't like that part of it. I just think that's silly. I just think it's silly doing that. It just makes him look like a childish it's very childish, I think. Mark Innes, version 2 platform soon on Metamorph. Yes, there is going to be version 2 coming out very, very soon. Crypto Knowledge, I do like MTF. There is much competition in the use case, and the others are more established. Kyber, Bancor, Airswap, etc. MTF works. MTF NFT. Ah, right, mainframe. So I thought there was another one I'd missed there. 22 million. HXRP Han, I'm late. Hi everybody. Hi to you. Chris Moll is in as well. Chris likes everyone. G-Slick, you can make your own shit on Digibyte now. LOL, be it Ethereum, but more scale the giant is going to awake. Excellent. Imran Chowdhury, former Enron CEO who served 12 years in prison after a 19-count conviction for his part in the firm's notorious collapse, is meeting with crypto industry experts ahead of his new business venture. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Are you using the X wallet, Steve? Are you mining FX coin? No, I'm not using it just yet. G-Slick. Steve, has there been a moment for you felt disillusioned by crypto? Has there ever been a moment I felt disillusioned by crypto? No. I've always believed in what it kind of stands for. But, having said that, I do feel, and me as well, I'm included in this as well, I do believe in it for the long term, for what it can do. I believe in the blockchain kind of technology behind it, the underlying blockchain technology. I believe in cryptocurrencies as well for what's going to be used, and for the future, and how it could change and potentially change the world, basically. Really, I do believe in that. However, I've been using it, and a lot of other people have been using it as a speculatory kind of way for investing and quick investments as well. But I do believe in it for the long term, for the future of it, the underlying technology of it as well. But I do see an opportunity right now to make money from this. But I wouldn't be in it if I didn't think this wasn't the way forward. So I wouldn't be doing these live shows if I didn't believe in cryptocurrency, the underlying technology of cryptocurrency and how it could possibly change the world as well. Banking the unbanked, which is why I like Bab so much as well. Africa, which is one of the biggest kind of users of cryptocurrency as well, just what they're doing, just from not having a banks, kind of is starting to level the playing field, but these big corporations getting in is starting to plough up the playing field again. And we'll have to kind of look at ways around that. So yeah, there's lots of different things I love about crypto, but there's never been a moment where I felt disillusioned, being really honest. Name one highlight and one negative you personally felt in crypto. Well, take too long. Take too long. Would sell be a good buy now? I need to think about that one, Imran. Sell out, just look at some charts. CLR. And we'll go to the 5-minute chart. So we're sitting at 639. I mean, pure speculation, because we don't know. What we'll do is, obviously, if you've researched the seller, and there's again going back to Binance. If we look at this, Binance, and we've got research. So you can go to project research. You can look for seller on there. So they've got analysis seller there. And you can look at what they do. A lot of people are just, I have done it as well, I don't even know what the company do, but you can see the TA from a TA point of view. You can kind of trade. So look at this, look at it first before you kind of go into it. This kind of could drop. This could go down 50% or something like that. But look at it first, or wait a couple of days until it's found its feet on Binance as well. But it could go up from here as well. So you can't really say if it's a good buy or not. You can only get, if you're going by TA, we're just looking at 5-minute charts, and that's, you're talking about minute-to-minute trading. So my opinion, I think it is going to go up from here, but it's purely just going on a 5-minute chart, and that doesn't really tell you anything, to be honest. And that's from Nikki. Mitch Dieter, please look at Zell. Looked at Zell last week as well, and it does look a good one for the short term, mid-term and long term. That's on the 5-minute. We'll look on the daily. Crossed over in the daily, 494. I kind of called this one. I can't remember what price I called it, but I did call it round about. I can't actually remember when I called it, or what price I called it. But I do think this is going to go up again. Zilliqa. Going by the TA. And that's on the daily. It's crossed over the 70 EMA, it's crossed over the 50 EMA for that as well. So to me, this looks a good one. And we're not at the all-time low, but we're close to the all-time low. We're not that far off. The all-time low at 360, kind of closing. 360, so we're not that far off. If we look at the all-time high as well, 2,153, and we're at 5 times off that just now. So I think Zilliqa for short-term, mid-term and long-term could be good. Would be really good, I think. Just my opinion though. Justin Sun, Tron meeting with ETH boss Steve, that's what I mean to say. Ah, right. Encash, any thoughts? Encash, I've never really heard any news, heard anything from Encash, but Nucleus Vision from the charts, you can see very close to this all-time low, just a couple of Satoshi off this all-time low. So this, when it goes, could really blow when it goes. Hopefully, the only thing I'd be worried about now with Encash would be getting it delisted from Binance. That'd be the only thing I'm worried about. But this could jump up 20, 30, 40, 50% within a space of an hour or something. So we're close to the all-time low. So the risk to reward ratio could be really good on Encash, if you think about it from that point of view. See, what do you think about Aeon? I actually called that the other day in the premium group. I do like it. Part of the interoperability alliance with OneChain Icon. They also talks with Cardano for possibly helping them with interoperability. Ion, circulating supply, max supply is low, good coin. Yeah, so I totally agree with that, and I did. That was one of the reasons when I looked at it. I called it the other day in the premium group as well. Encash held up with waiting on Chop Systems backlog. That's from B. G-Slick, any thoughts on Player? PLA? PLA. have never heard of them. 3 million. Market capitalization, circulating supply 19 billion, 100 billion, so there's 20% in circulating. Just now, came out 30th of January, round about then. Markets is on is OceanX. I heard of them. Bitmart, obviously heard of them. Social, was a pleasure meeting 17 hours. Is that box mining? Good, back for another round of GDC. We'll be checking out the game engine. Player Life, Wax.io. Honorable mention for players team choice. March 15th. March 15th. Could be interesting. Website. So is this a gaming platform? Ready to game, yeah. Player is a gaming ecosystem created for gamers and gaming fans. Okay, excellent. I'm going to put this into... I'm going to bookmark this for the first round of microcaps, because gaming is going to be huge on the blockchain. Well, it is kind of already, but it's going to be huge on the blockchain, so I do like gaming ones as well. Benton Taylor, engine having a breather, taking profits daily and reinvesting in the future coin of humanity. Excellent. I think engine's going to go up again, but as you're right, it is taking a breather just now. I think it's down at 4,300, something like that. 4,281. So what I would be doing is looking at the hourly chart and waiting on that crossing back over, or even on the 15-minute chart, because that goes quickly when it goes. So if you're looking to trade this, obviously holding it long term, it doesn't matter, and these are good prices to get in possibly. But if you're going to trade it on the 15-minute chart, wait on the 70 EMA crossing over the 50 EMA and just buy it then when it crosses over on the 15-minute chart. Imran, I like what Charles Hoskinson Initiative have given African Ethiopian students a chance to learn Haskell, programming language he has at the graduation, said the most probable will be hired by IOHK. Excellent. I just think he's one of the smartest guys in crypto as well, Charles Hoskinson, and possibly to his detriment sometimes as well, because it looks as if he's been too much of a smart arse for his own good in the crypto world, but long-term Cardano I love. Goddyboy Scotland, Ben Taylor, engine taking a poo at the moment, yeah. Goddyboy Scotland, Western Union has entered in a partnership with Thunes, a stellar-based payment network. Next, I don't think, I was just trying to think if I've seen that or not, I think I did. Peter Carroll, morning Steve, any view on AE? Is it retesting symmetrical triangle breakout from a few days back? I looked at that this morning as well, and I keep threatening to break out Eternity, but it's not really doing anything at the moment. So this is on the 15-minute. We're not going to trade on the 15-minute. We're going to daily. So it's kind of going up. It's going up in the right direction. We're going up. It's a wedge just now, I'd say, if we're kind of looking at a wedge just now. Kind of going up here. We'd have to kind of put it down here. And it depends where you kind of take it from. So it's almost like a symmetrical triangle for here. But I still think this is going to break out. When it breaks out, we're going to get a big kind of breakout from Eternity. Personally, I think. I've been saying that for a while, but it's just been trading sideways just now. But I think we're going to get a breakout, and it's going to be quite a big breakout when it does come. We're looking towards the end of this month, beginning of April. I think that is going to happen. So if we kind of go down here, move that up, so we can look at this more clearly. Not quite a classic one, but we've got that there anyway. We'll look here. A breakout maybe up to 18,000 or so, but that's a big breakout if it does kind of break out. But we could get a breakout up to 14,000 at least. So I still like it for the breakout. It's not quite symmetrical. That would make it symmetrical. That would be more symmetrical, yeah. So yeah, I still think we're due a breakout for Eternity, and I think it's coming. It's just longer than I anticipated because we've been looking at that for a couple of days. Kig saying thanks for the content. My pleasure. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate your time. Gina Daltron's going nuts with the DApps and the ROI and doubled up on my TRX at 200k. Excellent. 200k is really good. Just look at Tron just now. I think that's going to be due a jump as well very soon. 580. Went up to 611. It did go down 556. So yeah, I still think that's going to go up. I still think Tron is going to go up, and it's going to go up big time as well. Right, great live today, Steve. Have a good day all. Thanks. Have to go. Thanks, B, for joining us. Really good to have you here. We're just finishing up just now as well. Just give a quick shout out to anybody else. Dennis Van der Heen, what do you think Kin will do? I still think it's going to go up long term. If you're holding it for long term, still think it's a good one. Are you going to watch a crypto film at the cinema? I'll watch it. It just looks like I'll probably watch it just because it's crypto. But yeah, probably will. Go to watch Scotland. What's the exchange giving you tokens for signing up? It's Bitstack. It's called, and it's part of BitTorrent. So there's a link down below for Bitstack. But a couple of people are saying if you're in America, you might not be able to get access to it for whatever reason. I don't know. So it's Bitstack. So if you sign up there, you get free crypto. I get free crypto. Everybody's a winner. Who's the first crypto YouTuber you watched? First crypto YouTuber I watched was, I think, and I'm not sure if it was Superman or Keith Waring. I'm not sure if it was them, but then I quickly and kind of progressed onto other. I've got a huge list of YouTubers that I kind of go to. Right, so I'll just show you here. This is the ones I subscribe to. Love CNBC, think he's brilliant. Crypto Crew University, Steve is amazing as well. That Martina guy, I've recently subscribed. Chico Crypto, I like as well. I do like. In it for the money, I like him as well. Cryptocurrency News, I think. And Superman, Crypto Revolution, I like Chris, Crypto Bitcoin Chris, really like him. Big shout out to Crypto Chris. We had a Twitter conversation the other day as well. Crypto Daily I like as well. I just look at Crypto Daily. Haven't looked at his in a few times. He's really funny. I think he's just a really funny, but he's with it as well. He's really good. Crypto Zombie, never seen. Mr. Christoph as well. Okay, I'm just looking through. Data Dash. Data Dash was one of the first ones as well. I just thought he was really intelligent. Kind of knew what he was talking about. Previous trader as well. Alicia Rastani, like as well. There's loads of them. Ivan on Tech, really intelligent as well. Altcoin Buzz. Julian Hosper, like as well. And Crypto, or Crypt Zero. Crypto's the last, Brad Kimes. So there's loads of them I like in there. Yeah, so it's probably Data Dash, I would say. It was Data Dash would be the first one that I'd actually seen. ZRX or LRC. LRC. That's what I'd say. Do your own research and all that. Emmanuel Gasson saying Holochain. Really like Holochain. Crypto Crow really like as well, yeah. Crypto Crow is really good. Who's the first crypto? That is it. Tron added to the eToro today, 10 million users. Excellent. I didn't actually realise that. So they're added to eToro. That's really good. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. I will be back tomorrow. I'll put links up to everything I was talking about today. But until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.